What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. So, on a day where the market is down, not up, stock market's down, cryptocurrency market's down, just the middle of January here, or coming up on the middle of January, where things are kind of, you know, stabilizing a bit. We have to go through these periods of time. But during this time, good old Warren Buffett's taken the opportunity to spread the ultimate FUD. And he had this interview here with CNBC. If you don't know what FUD is, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. He said he did go on to say that he doesn't understand cryptocurrency and therefore he's not really.
In terms of cryptocurrency,
hang on one second.
General.
You can come on to CNBC and get the article, but he said in terms of cryptocurrency, he thinks in 5 years it could. If I could put a 5-year put on every one of the cryptocurrencies, I'd be glad to do it, but I would never short a dime's worth. Okay, so it's just he thinks cryptocurrency in 5 years will be done away. Okay, so two things I take away from that. Number one, he's already admitted that he doesn't really fully understand cryptocurrency or the blockchain. And number two is that Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors of our previous generation of the industrial era. So we would be blooming morons to disregard anything that Warren Buffett said, even if it's FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So in him saying in 5 years cryptocurrencies will fail, it rattles us all to our core, because it's like, really? Why so bearish? Why so negative about cryptocurrency, Mr. Warren Buffett? Well, with that being said, here's just my perspective on it. And remember, always, guys, these are my opinions, okay? You listen to my videos that I make or Altcoin Buzz makes as opinions. None of this is professional financial advice, and you always have the free will to take any of this with a grain of salt or do anything you would like with the advice that's provided here as an opinion. Okay, but just remember, it's always an opinion advice. It's not a professional advice. And that would stand for me also. But I think that what a lot of these older people from the industrial age fail to realize about the technology age that we're in is that cryptocurrency and the blockchain is creating new innovation through crowdfunding. And basically, you guys know, every time you go to the store, you get coins in your pocket, money laying around, and you're like, oh, wow. So, I mean, you could see the utility in cryptocurrency. You could also see the utility in how the innovation is coming from cryptocurrency. But we can also see how there would be scammers who would get involved in this stuff, these bad actors that would come in and they would try to play games and prey on people's emotions with the blockchain, right? So as a community, we have to stand together and be on the lookout for these moments when this happens and say, hey, I'm staying away from this one because of this reason, and here's what I found. So we have to. That's why Blue, the cryptocurrency Blue, is becoming so popular, is because they're on the lookout for some of these bad actors, these things that are happening that are not so friendly, that are going to end up taking people's money, including myself. I mean, on a day like this, everybody that's invested in cryptocurrency is not too thrilled right now. Well, for the most part, unless it's a big whale that pulled out most of the money. But most of the people, including myself, are down today. And so with that being said, what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to spend too much time staring at screens and making too many videos. I'm probably going to end up going out and doing something to at least get my mind off all this. And because when it goes red like this for at least a couple days, if I sit here and stare at the screen all day, I'm just going to drive myself bonkers. So I'll find something else to do. Maybe go play some football. Maybe go hike. Maybe go do some exercise. Run off some steam. And I'll do that for the next couple days until I feel happy again about the market. Now, that doesn't mean the market is dictating how I'm living my life, even though it would sound like that. But it would mean that I'm I'm basically finding outlets to keep my mind off of this when things go sour, so I can just hold in peace and do other things that make me happy. But overall, I mean, there's no real reason to be overly concerned outside of Warren Buffett's comments about his 5 year uh, outlook on cryptocurrencies. And the thing that I would be most concerned about is the government taking over the cryptocurrencies and taking it out of decentralization. That's the thing that I would be most concerned about is if the governments come in and say, well, we're going to make a, a euro cryptocurrency, or like you've seen the Russian ruble or the Venezuelan coin, or where they create a national cryptocurrency and that becomes the legal tender, the legal currency, and these coins, these currencies that we're seeing right now, really just have no hope because they won't have any value as decentralized currencies. That would be the biggest threat to be on the lookout. So that would make me more bullish on the Ethereum projects and these other projects that are actually using the blockchain to do something as a utility other than be a currency. For example, yeah, Bitcoin would fall into that, Litecoin would fall into that, Ripple would fall into that, Stellar, Dash, Monero, Bitcoin Gold, Verge, Zcash. Some of the ones that would be more sustainable would be the Ethereum. That's why I become more and more bullish on Ethereum by the day. Because Ethereum, an application developer platform using blockchain, really is, I would say, the most secure at this moment, Ethereum. And I've said that in countless videos. If you go back on our channel, we've been bullish on Ethereum. Even when I first got into cryptocurrency for altcoins, I was buying more Ethereum than I was buying anything else. And I always said my goal was I was telling all my friends back in the summer, try and get your hands on 2 Ethereum. That was back when Ethereum was worth $230, and it was pretty easy to get 1 or 2 Ethereum. Because I thought that at long run, Ethereum would be just a juggernaut. Now, 2 is not as great as 10, but, I just told all my friends, I said, get 2 Ethereum and hold. Hold on to it for a long term, 5 years. And some of these coins that are on Ethereum, like, let's see, the ERC20 tokens, believe it or not, EOS is an ERC20 token. Actually, you can actually find out where the ERC20 tokens are if we go to tokens right here, top 100. So you can find out all of the cryptocurrencies that are, even Tron is built on Ethereum. So Tron, EOS, Icon, Omise Go, Populous, Binance Coin. You can see Ardor is built on NXT, Tether is built on Omni. So you have a lot of coins built on Ethereum. You can see it's the #1 developer application. But I would say that when he says cryptocurrency, Warren Buffett, I think what he really means is even Bitcoin, crazy as it might sound. I mean, it'd be far-fetched to throw away the authentic coin, but what he means by currency is like Stellar Lumens and Litecoin and Bitcoin and Monero. Unless these companies take the path of Ripple, where they become the technology that the banks are using or the centralized currencies use. And I know that that's not what you guys want to hear, but that's what Warren Buffett's essentially saying, is that all these cryptocurrencies, not these projects. So I'm more looking at it as he's talking about the currencies, the ones that function only as a currency, will last less than 5 years. But these projects, to say that these projects like IOTA, Cardano, Ethereum, Tron, EOS, and these other tokens, I think they have a lot more utility long run. Even Lisk, Omise Go, Populous, because they're actually technologies, And if they're a legitimate project with a strong team being led by a strong leader, like Dogecoin, like this, how people ended up getting into this, I've been in cryptocurrency for a while now. I don't know. I never wanted to invest in Dogecoin because when I first got into it, I knew it was created as a joke. It wasn't to be taken serious. But because it had a high circulating supply and high circulating supplies were the fad, the trend, people bought into Dogecoin. Um, but yeah, I do recommend you guys come on here and look at the tokens, top 100. You can see where they're all built. Some are coming in from Qtum, Neo. Neo's a deep brain chain is Neo. That's why Neo's starting to rise. Red Pulse. More and more Asian cryptocurrencies are being built on Neo. But Ethereum is still the leader. There's a Waves. Counterparty. So, more than anything, the message that I want to take away from this is be willing to step away from the computer and the cryptocurrency space for a couple days and just take a break and let your coins rest in the market without you driving yourself bonkers. I might be making a couple of videos here and there as things, as I see things develop, but for the most part, I plan to get out, exercise, and just kind of wait for things to come back around and stabilize. We'll see where things go from here, but this is Jeff with Altcoin Buzz. If you're new here, you can subscribe. Also on Twitter, let's see what people are saying. I said in the Red Sea, are you holding or buying? People are holding. So the majority of people, 4,416 people, have said that they voted, and 71% of them are holding. So if you're not already following us on Twitter, you can. That's Altcoin Buzz IO. You can come on here and vote. We've been running polls. We're going to continue to run polls because that's how we as a community function. If we go off of CNBC, we'll drive ourselves nuts because one second they're bullish on Bitcoin, the next second they're trying to spread FUD. So I don't know what the deal is with the mainstream, why they do that to us. Maybe they think they're protecting us, but for the most part, the people that I've talked to about the mainstream media when it comes to investment advice, they say, I did the exact opposite of what the mainstream media said, and I made money. When I listened to the mainstream media, I lost money. And I mean, that's, that you could say that's just a rubbish comment, but really people say that and they believe it too. It's not a joke. I mean, I try to stay happy about CNBC. I think they do great content with cryptocurrency, but they have this way to poke the bear and spread FUD that just seems to be amazing for them. Top privacy coin of 2018, you guys said Verge. Veterans in the space are very concerned that the fact that people are overlooking Monero and Dash and they have this fanfare with Verge. They think they would say that, I guess you could say that that's a lack of, that's something that I kind of should work on with you guys, is the fact that you guys see the utility in Verge and not Monero. Many of the veterans in the space, the people who know the most about cryptocurrency, would say Monero hands down. To even consider Verge is an issue. And that's because there's a lot of newbies that voted on this. But Monero is the one that you guys should really be learning about and understanding more about. Okay? So, yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Engage in our polls. Also, you guys can follow us on Instagram at Altcoin Buzz, and we'll see you guys next time.